Hi everyone, hi Free Spirit, Daria here. I wish you are enjoying your day or night or evening, afternoon, any travels. I wish you are enjoying your travels and that you are focusing on your creativity, on your responsibilities, and on your own, spirituality, right? So today I really wanted to talk about a specific topic which I really wanted to talk about a few days ago, but today is the day where I make this video. And the topic, as you may already know by the title, is toxic mothers or toxic femininity. I still don't know. Creates a toxic world, and the rejection and denial and disowning of your own emotions, right? And this is a very important topic, and many of you may already know this, may already experienced by yourself, because it's not a rare case at all in this world. It is not something crazy, but it is kind of a taboo in certain areas, in certain moments, and it's something that is not widely discussed or resolved, right? It may be behind closed doors with, your I don't know, your teacher, your psychologist, your friend, your partner, but many times not directly, right? And what do I mean by toxic mothers or toxic femininity creates a toxic world that rejects its own emotions, right? This means that you, as you grow up, right? Each and every one of us has a mother, obviously, right? Many you know, there are people that don't have a mother, but there will be always a feminine slash or feminine and masculine energies present, right? So feminine energy I refer and is receiving your ability to be creative, be spontaneous, because let's deal with this motherhood and fatherhood into these categories. Let's talk about the elemental energies so we can understand what is really a mother, what is a father, what is feminine and masculine, right? Feminine in its most essential form mainly is your ability to hold in, your ability to receive, your ability to react, your ability to feel, your ability to react, as I already said that, your ability to connect, right? And the elemental energies of feminine go from water energy, because water is the internal side of your internal natures, right? So that would be your ability to hold in, to receive, to maintain, to contain, to sustain, right? And then we go on to the masculine side of the feminine. So this all englobes femininity, englobes all of these three elements that I'm going to tell you. And then we are going to go to the masculine energy so you can also better understand what I mean by this. With the feminine energies, we have the water, right? Receiving, containing, maintaining, the internal side of our internal natures. And then we have the external side, the expression of our internal natures, which is fire, expressing and creating a vision. It might still be internal, but your ability to create an imagination, to imagine something, to create something, to have a vision, to have a some form of or way to express yourself or to go about something is your fire energy. So that also, and the spontaneity of things, that is also fire energy. So that englobes the feminine energy as well. So we have the water, we have the fire, and the third energy that also is considered feminine would be earth, but more to the external side, right? So earth is your ability to maintain, right, and sustain, but in a more practical, real way. So what is the difference between water and earth? Earth is the external side of or it is your internal side, it's the internal side of the external of your external natures, and fire is the external side of your internal natures, right? And the difference here is that you have your how you react and respond to the world outside, aka aka the earth energy, your ability to react and respond, your ability to make sense out of whatever is out there already making sense. And fire energy is all about you getting you expressing, you getting your vision across, you getting your just going for what you for whatever creative endeavor you have going on. And that is the feminine energies in general. That is the feminine energy are those three, while the masculine energy is by default air. So air is the external of the external, is how you express what you see in the world, by default how you communicate what you heard, for example, how you are able to interpret the information that you receive and how you share it, how you are able to make sense, how you are able to cut through something, how you are able to separate. So water and air are basically the most purest form of masculine and feminine. Water, the internal of the internal, having the ability to receive, to maintain, to contain, while the masculine energy purely in its form can be seen as air, because it's the external side of the external. There is no feminine energy there, because you are just making not just, but that is what air how you use air energy is you expressing or communicating, thinking, analyzing, having some form of real vision about something, and being able to communicate that in the most realistic way possible, and in the way that makes most sense, while the feminine and while water energy is way more internal and many times is not communicated, right? So here is a little introduction for what I'm trying to build here, right? What is the point of me saying this? So we are talking here about motherhood, right? We are talking here about feminine energy specifically right now, because your ability to maintain and your ability to receive and react and respond is something that females, specifically like me, like whatever female that you see out there that is born with a pussy, naturally comes into this world. As spirits, we come into this world in a female body because we resonate more with the female energy. Not female, but feminine. That's why we come out as females. But we resonate more with the feminine energy. That is why we go more to the side of the feminine. So by default, we as females have more of a internal outlook about things. We are more introspective. That does not mean that we don't have masculine energy present or that it lacks. It just means that we have a little bit more on the percentage level of feminine energy, or that we like to receive more than we like to communicate it, or that we like to make sense out of it. That's why many times females can be quite emotional, quite influential, quite artistic, quite interesting, right? And why I was saying all of these masculine and feminine energies and comparing how both of the masculine and feminine have in itself energies that that both can be used as feminine and masculine, you can see that fire and earth both have the internal side. For example, masculine has, or fire has that ability to express and show bursty, fiery flame, how you may be feeling, how you may be internally imagining, how you may be internally traveling. So that in itself already has the internal side, the feminine, and the masculine being able to express that, to show that, to go for it, to have that motivation or whatever, have that vision. And the masculine energy is also present, or yeah, and the masculine and feminine energies are also present in the earth element, which is you internalizing your external experience, or your external expression, or others' external expressions, what makes sense, what is there, what is reality, and your ability to make sense. So both you can use you use both feminine and masculine energies when you are using fire and earth energies, right? So that is how that is how feminine energy and masculine energy are able to mix and mingle, and how we can and how we are able to create a world together, how we create many water cycles together, and how things go on. Because when I'm talking about feminine and masculine, I'm not saying female and male, because we as females, or you as males, you can also use the feminine energies, right? It's just that females have are more predetermined to use more of the receiving energy, and the males usually have a predetermination to be more rational and more communicative or analyzing of their circumstances. So that is how we balance each other, and both females and males are able to maintain stability, security in a sufficient way, as well as expressing, being spontaneous, being creative, and so on. So the only energies that may be lacking in a female may be air energies, communicating, making sense, having some form of rationality around what you may be feeling, being more rational or communicative about what you're what you are receiving right now from the room, or from whatever mental space you may be, or emotional state. And and males usually have a lack, or more of a kind of like have less ability to receive, or to trust, or to have some form of connection, or wanting to create some form of connection. And what we can see in this world, and what we can see even through our own experiences, I'm talking for myself as well, right? is that when you are raised by a mother, or let's say a feminine figure to whom you rely on maintaining this good emotional space around, no matter what's happening, there is some emotional support going on. We have been many times fooled, or not fooled, but many times we have been left on a feeling of betrayal, or on a feeling of mistrust in your own feelings, because many times the mother, specifically the toxic mother figure, would go about her own feelings and her own ways to receive and have some form of intuition, right? Was misguided, misused, abused. So this is generational. That's what I'm trying to say here. First, this is something that goes on for generations, and this is something that is and has to be more understood by, especially by females, because we as females, and if you are a male, no matter what, we are all spirits, so it doesn't really matter that much. But as right now, you are in a specific body, you are a female or a male, and you as a male might not have this strong ability to read the room, or emotionally recognize something about yourself, or have some form of connection to whatever you may be trying to do, right? Or and things like that. And a woman, a mother, should always, and that is just how mother energy works, you should always show and complement with your ability to receive, your ability to receive someone on your arms and make them feel safe. And you have this responsibility to maintain a good emotional space for the masculine energy to come through in the right way. And what happens with the toxic mothers is that they do not have the ability to express directly what they are feeling, or they disown their own feelings, and they do that to their children. They do that with their own children, going to extreme levels, and many times the trust in your own feelings is disowned by many children. And that's how I see, and this was one of my reasons to make this video, is the amount of people that, especially males, right? The amount of people that really, how do I say this? They really think, or they really, you by default, depending on how your motherhood situation was in your childhood, how you were raised, will determine your ability to trust yourself and trust in your own feelings and in other females. And what we see today is that many females are actually not very trustworthy, or females might not be that, let's say, emotionally stable for a man to trust them with their own feelings. They see that a female, many times, I'm not saying, there are so many beautiful, amazing, strongest women out here, that I'm not trying to generalize this, but this is a reality. This is something that you can go out of your doorway, go to a cafe or something, and you will see what I'm talking about. Extreme masculine females. What do I mean by this? Females that also disown their own feelings and also do not understand their own feelings. But the problem between how females deal with their feelings and men dealing with their feelings is that females will always have a more exuberant current of feelings, a more exuberant current of emotions, and they will always create more emotions and receive and have more the ability to receive, right? And many times the females do not, and the toxic females do not have, or they do not want to acknowledge certain feelings and certain emotions, so they decide to disown that and try to bury it, while that is just a red flag, or that is just a signal for that person to change, for that person to do something. And with a female around, you as a man should, you as a male, because man is more correlated to thoughts instead of the physical representation, right? Because we are talking about two different things here, but come together, because a male is a representation of a mentality, or a male is a representation of a more of a spirit that is more inclined for the masculine energy. And as a masculine, as a man, you always have more discernment, and you are more direct with your own ideas, your own way to communicate, your own way to go about the world. And with females, it's not so direct, and that's when I see a direct disowning of your own feelings, and thinking that I'm talking specifically of men, thinking that females are crazy. And because it comes to it has a truth to it, because many females are crazy. Many females out here are really going are really supporting men or males that do not have the right capabilities, or and things of that nature. So females are the allowers, let's say it like that. And females are the ones that will be receiving males' ideas. And when a man expresses something to a female, it expects the female to receive it and to react to it, right? Have some form of response. And what happens many times with the toxic motherhood situation is that the female will react to whatever a man or their son or something like that expresses an idea to them. They might react in a disowning way, in a crazy way, in a way that is very indirect, or in a way that is, let's say, because toxic femininity is using your feminine natures in a very masculine way, let's say, because you are basically expressing how flunked out you are. You might be expressing how unstable you are, crying and making all sorts of scenes out of a whim, which comes to like there is a you know, a healthy limit to that. You can always do that, you know, but there is a healthy limit to that. And toxic motherhood is all about not having that limit. You just go off rails and try to make everyone listen to you and to your feelings. I feel like this, listen to me. And this is how toxic mothers create a toxic world. Men that are supposed to be those speakers, be the leaders, or be the creators of all sorts of ideas and all sorts of ways to make sense in the world, and a toxic mother will I will not say forever, because this is something that we all have the ability to realize and you know, heal and do better and have some better ways to go about our feminine energy. But many times men lose trust in females. Males lose trust in their own emotions and feelings because of that early imprint in their lives, that early imprint of toxic and aggressive femininity towards them. So I don't want to touch on this topic, but maybe we can go on to a next conversation about this. I'm not sure though, but this is something that many times creates the real problems in a male's, in a spirit, in a male body mind. You know, it's something that can really that really hurts the whole world, because you as a female have the ability to receive and to maintain, to take care and to be caring about the ones around you. And many females, many spirits in female bodies do not have that responsibility out here. They don't think they have that responsibility is important, and they just continue propagating a bunch of toxic behaviors that in the end of the day are very selfish. In the end of the day are very self-centered, and it's all about listen to me, listen to what I have to say, instead of you know, listening, instead of having the ability to let me take care of what you just said. Like you said this, I'm gonna respond to you, I'm gonna give you maybe an advice, I'm gonna give you here some form of care, some form of wisdom, some form of connection, some form of I'm here to receive, you know. And that is something that lacks in a lot of females right now, because they themselves were raised by toxic mothers. So there is a time to stop, you know, and this is the time for it. The world hasn't been so scarred as it is right now, because the not understanding of your own emotions, not wanting to listen to your own emotions and feelings and how you are reacting to the world, is a direct attack on your own judgment, your own internal guidance, because your emotions is your internal guidance, and your ability to make sense comes, you know, after the fact. So females always have and hold the responsibility to make the world a better place, to make the world a healthier place. And if we look at the world at this world right now, we can see that females are not doing their work, that the majority of females are not there for their children, for their sons, for their husbands, for their friends. And that's something that I want you to think about. I want you to, remember that if you are a mother, may you support your children, may you support yourself and your own emotional guidance, your own internal guidance, so you are able to, bring more trust onto the place, onto the space, bring more care for yourself, and really be able to discern what emotions and feelings you want to maintain and what emotions and feelings are there to just flunk you out instead of actually warn you about something. Okay, so all emotions are valuable or valid, but not emotions and feelings are valuable. So that is my phrase for today. Because all the emotions you may have are valid, are responses to your experiences, and that also indicates that some experiences or some things that you may be holding on to are not as valuable as you may think, so there's no need to overreact. So may you heal yourself as a mother. Make sure that you are allowing your child to experience, and make sure that you are listening to them. Make sure that you are understanding really what they are saying, instead of trying to make them a certain way, to make them a certain style or be a certain way. Okay, make sure that you are allowing them to be themselves, experiencing themselves, and that you are learning with your own emotions and feelings, that you are learning with your own experiences, and may you also learn with your own child, with your own people that you are taking care of. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I wish you enjoy your day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever time you are in, whatever rotation and whatever wave current you are riding right now. Make sure to stay unique, individual, stay creative and amazing. Make sure to listen to your own emotional guidance, your own internal guidance, and that you are able to receive and to create a good system for the people, places, and things that you love, that you want to take care of, to express themselves fully around you, so you don't have to put them walking on eggshells around you. Okay, and sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to. I'm not saying that you have to be all sweet, daddy, la la la, you can just go and be yourself, but just remember how feminine energy is important in the world, especially in this world that is all too masculine. But behind closed doors, everybody is talking out of their own emotions, and that is not cool, because that is never really rational. You have to be more realistic when you are talking, when you are communicating a message. And yeah, I wish you enjoy your day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Daria is surfing out. And make sure to check out my LinkTree in my description, so you may see my creations on Instagram, and I have a few YouTube channels, so if you want to check those out, also remember to do that. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your like, subscription, and make sure to check my beautiful partner Esotericcloudsurfer on his channels, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and shout out to my soul group. Bye bye.